Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Sefer Chatter podcast. On this episode of the podcast, I'm going to be joined by Mendy Abramson, who is the author and mechaber of a number of Sefer B'Av on a number of topics. Also, halachos of opening packages on Shabbos in English, and the brand new Sefer titled "Bathing and Showering in Halachah," which is what we'll be discussing on this episode. So, thank you, Mendy, for joining me.
My pleasure. Shalom Aleichem. How are you?
Aleichem Shalom. So, let's start off. Tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay. Well, I was brought up in Flatbush. I went to Yeshiva of Tiferes Yisrael on 35th and Avenue L until Beis Medrash. Then I went to Philadelphia Yeshiva for Beis Medrash first year. It was a big change for me, but I enjoyed it in a lot. I grew a lot, but it was too. I didn't like the style of learning, put it that way. So a little too slow for me, the pace. So second year Beis Medrash, I went to Eretz Yisrael, Reb Asher. I was young, second year Beis Medrash. And I stayed there for almost 2 years. And I got into, a little learning halachah there a little bit. Then that's, then I came back, learned local, and now I'm in Lakewood here.
Okay, very nice. So that's what I was going to ask you. How'd you get into halacha? When did you get into halacha? That's just something that came about. You always into halacha?
I wasn't always into halacha. No one's really always into halacha. Yeshiva doesn't really, supply the olim with halacha too much. But, I guess from this, I don't know, I guess I liked learning halacha, from yeshiva, learning the sugyas of Gemara. So, I want to learn the sugyas of halach l'maisa, a lot of, shilas that came up often. And then from there, I guess I just started learning. And I guess that's why I got some shaykhs with a lot of rabbanim. When I got married, I was learning by myself, and I put out a kuntres actually on halachos of achana from Shabbos l'chol and Yom Tov to the second day of Yom Tov, all the halachos. And I wanted to get close to some rabbanim and show it to people. So one day I had the audacity to go over to Simcha Bun Cohen, and I showed him what I wrote up, a kuntres, and he's like, he didn't know what he wanted. So I asked him, maybe the rabbi wants to learn with me, and he thought like I'm crazy, he doesn't know who I am, he never met me. And he saw, what I wrote was very nice, and I was, put my mind to it, and it was nice. And ended up being, I learned with him for almost over 2 years. I helped him on actually, I learned with him almost 2 years on the laws of mourning, Avelis. I helped him write it. I wrote actually a big portion of the Sefer, learned together, and I helped him with a little bit of the other Sefer. And I got, over the years, into Rabbi Harfenis, so the Harfenis, the mechaber of Nishma Shabbos, Sov Zmanim, Kash Yisrael, Baruch David, got to know him. I know him for almost 10 years already, close with him. So I know him well, and other rabbanim in Lakewood. So that's where, and then I started writing myself a little bit. And I guess that's how it came. My first Sefer I wrote, Mendy Abramson, different topics in Archaim I wrote, different, halachah l'maisa shaylas, l'mashal, do you have to make a bracha on your talis katan in the morning? You're going to wear a talis gadol in shul. We don't make a bracha. Why not? What about if you woke up 6 o'clock in the morning and you're going to shul 8:30? The big hefsek, like just simple shaylas that, it's not clear in the Mishabura. Learn up the sugyas, talk to Rabbanan, write it up. And then from there, I had like 50 different shaylas. I printed it. And to the next Sefer, I wrote a whole Sefer on Hachana. From that kuntres, I wrote a whole Sefer. Spoke to a lot of Rabbanim. Very nice Sefer. And then I wrote a Sefer on the Leisha Basukah, the bracha, Leisha Basukah. Also a whole Sefer just on that topic. I spoke it over to Rabbanim in Lakewood. Went through every single shayla. And then I wrote a Sefer in English, the halachos of opening packages, which came out the end of last year and the end of the summer. It was Rosh Shemanowitz from Ali Zayas. He convinced me pushed me to write in English. It wasn't my style, but he said, be more of a crowd and, for America. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a Sefer out that it's, it's not just for lamdonim, people in yeshiva, more for, even for ladies in Balbatan, get halach l'maisa. I want to put pictures in it. And Baruch Hashem, we sold out in the first few months. We made a second printing. And that's why I wanted the new Sefer on bathing and showering in halacha. Also wanted English. I wanted the halach l'maisa, what to do with, for the English crowd also. That's why I started to put, go with English. More of a crowd for that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, you already answered it. Was how, when your first farm were in Hebrew, regular Sefer, now it became in English. I guess you're saying Reb Shimon, who's been on this podcast a number of times before, I guess, and Ali Zayas did the work for you, so I guess he was instrumental in convincing you to do this.
Well, I came over to him and I asked him. I said, I want to put out, a sefer. I put a kuntras out in the first sefer on the halachas of opening packages in Hebrew, kuntras. But I felt like still I didn't know it so well. And so there's no good svarim, not the svarim, but not like halachah ma'isa with pictures, know what to do. If the svarim, but in Hebrew it's very hard to understand what the cases are. And I really wanted to put it out. That was my dream. And I asked her, Shimon, what should we do? What should I do? You help me with other svarim. So he said, maybe put it in English. So I said, maybe it's a good idea. I actually, I didn't write it in English. I wrote it in Hebrew. Someone translated, but, Baruch Hashem, put pictures on all the pages with every new, kli, let open, not open, every new bottle, every new, whatever it is, boxes. And it was a much bigger, I guess, audience for that. And we just, let's go for the next day for English also. So that's where it started.
Okay, and that's what we'll discuss. I will mention one thing already here, once we're talking about English and Hebrew, is that the Svarim, like I said, the packages, and now this new one on the bathing and showering, so the actual Sefer is in English, the book's in English, but the footnotes on the bottom and the Miluim in the back are in Hebrew. So even though you have the main body of the text in English, you still have a lot of Hebrew, like the sources and the footnotes, that kind of thing. So... okay, why now did you pick a sefer on bathing and showering halachah? It's a very interesting, fascinating topic. I'm sure many listeners will be very interested, especially we'll get to Yom Tov. I'm sure that everyone wants to know, right? If everyone asks you that. But why did you decide this is a topic you want to research, you want to write a sefer on this?
Well, I have an agias about it because I'm a sort of nistinist myself. And I always had, trouble with Yom Tov. I have relatives who actually showered, and I know many people who shower, regular hot shower, and wanted to find out, can I do it? Can I not do it? Definitely going to enhance my Yom Tov by taking a shower, especially a 3-day Yom Tov. And I see people not showering at all. Hear people say no, and everything's awesome, nothing's mutter, and people saying, this rabbi, this rav says mutter, everything's mutter. So I wanted to get into this again. The Mishnah Berurah is not. Can't really get anything lamaisa. Sounds like everything's awesome. Basically, to take a full shower, and I went to the sugya. So really, I put out a kuntras in Hebrew, one of my svarim, on the Yom Tov, showering Yom Tov, and I felt like it's why should it be only for people who could go through the sugyas lamdanim? What about the for ladies and balbatim? They want to get halachah lamaisa without having to reading a whole 50-page kuntras. And also, there's all different shilas on bathing. It's Shabbos, it's before davening, it's Yom, it's everything. It's fast days, it's all the halachos of bathing. So I said, let me just put out a sefer while I'm doing Yom Tov, and I'll just do all the topics of showering. It's very interesting. There's no sefer out there on that. So I went through each shilah that there is and put a new chapter on each shilah, and here's the sefer. That's basically how it came out.
Yeah, listen, it's definitely a very interesting topic. I'll give my wife a shout out. My wife said she needs to read this. I need this sefer. I need to check it out and see the halachos especially for Yom Tov. So you're right, but for a lot of people, it's something that's definitely very interesting that they really want to know. This in English halacha, especially for everyone, there's svarim on halacha, English halacha, and svarim on specific nitty gritty topics. So why shouldn't there be something like this that lamaisa comes up? It's negea much more than Yom Tov. I'm sure we'll get into Tisha B'Av in the 3 weeks and the 9 days and many different things that it's negea for. But especially Yom Tov is like always the age-old shaila every Yom Tov. So I will mention one more caveat that I mentioned when I do like halacha kind of svarim. This is not, no one should paskin from a podcast, please, of course, but I'm just going to say it. But this is, by the sefer, go through the sugya. This is just trying to give an overview of the sefer, of the topic, of the inyan, to give an overview. So let's start off. So why don't you talk a little bit about the sefer? Let's talk about you do discuss general halachas of bathing and showering. Start off with that. What are the general halachas? Yeah.
Okay, so some undressing and and before you shower and after, there's people don't know there's halacha brought down in the Shulchan Aruch that when you wake up in the morning, it's brought down that you should make sure you're covered with your blanket before you start getting dressed. It says you have to, wherever you are, know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is around, and therefore the Mishnah Berurah says even when you're going to the bathhouse, you have to make sure to take off your clothing right before you go in, as soon as next to the bathhouse or the river, wherever you are, as possible. So it's, and also, so it would be the same thing. People, in your own bedroom and even your own bathroom, you shouldn't be undressed for more than necessary. And that's people are not careful about that. It's very important halacha. It's avoided from Ramaish and the tshuva like that also. Moshe says, you're allowed to get undressed in a bathroom if you have to, but that's only if you need to, he says. Otherwise, you shouldn't really, be walking around without clothes on, and even with clothes on, you have to be dressed properly. It's not so clear. If your own bedroom, maybe your bedroom is different. It's normal to walk around, with pajamas on. You're not 100% dressed, but to be totally undressed, it's not. It's pretty clear for Moshe, and the Rabbi Karp in Hilchos B'Yom says that. So that's one halachah that people don't know so well. Another halachah is, how do you get dressed and undressed? When you go in before the shower and after the shower. The stipler and the chazanish wear the yarmulke right away. That's what they say you should put on first. And the Hasidim, they take off first the bottom part of the clothing and then the top part. The Litvish, the other people, they do the other way. We leave on, the bottom part first, last. We leave it on last. Different ways of getting dressed, different customs. There's also, people don't know, there's an order how you're supposed to bathe, how you're supposed to shower. It's interesting that the halacha is that you're supposed to wash your head first. The Aruch Shulchan says then you go your heart. So that's the rosh of the ivarim afterwards, your head. And the right side of your body, if you're washing your hands, your right side, your left side, your feet, your right foot, then your left foot, and the rest of your body. So these are important halachas that, it's negated almost every single day to many people. And there's halachas of bathing kids together. Interesting shayla. You have young little kids. You want to just throw them all in the bath at the same time, the boys and the girls. What age you have to stop? What age you say, no, it's enough. We got to separate those baths. And it's not so comfortable. I mean, the parents don't like that. You have to get separate baths. But what's the age? So, some people say 3 years old already got to stop. Shmuel Kamenetzi told me, no, when they're already 5, up to 5, then you stop. Or if they're advanced, advanced 4-year-olds, you just stop. But these are also very negay shaylas. And also stop thinking and learning in the shower. The B'nai Torah, they want to, after a day of learning the Beis Medrash, it's a good time to think. You're relaxing in the shower. Or people who are taking a bath, you're not feeling good, whatever it is, instead of doing other things, reading newspapers, can I listen to a shir? So it's, interesting shayla. And Lamaisa, let it look, think and learning when you're in the shower. The Shabru says there's no problem thinking and learning when you're undressed. It's not a problem. The shayla would be is if it is our, it says in Allah in the Shulchan Aruch that in a bathhouse there was 3 rooms. The inner room when everyone's undressed, you're not allowed thinking and learning. You're not allowed in the middle room where some people are dressed and some people are undressed, you can think and learning. That's clear from the Paiskim over there in Simon Pei Dal. The question is our bathhouse, our showers, our bathrooms, are they like the inner room where you can't even think and learning? So there's a machlokes in the Mishnah Berurah, brings from the Taz and the Magen Avram about the shayla. The Taz learns that it's totally and people are undressed. So if you're undressed, then that's in, it would be a problem. Sounds like it'd be a problem. The Magen Avram says it's totally and not in the, if you're undressed, rather, since everyone's undressed and they're bathing there, it's very, a lot of, the smoking from the hot water, it's zaya and zuama, it's dirty, it's not clean, but a lot of places say that our bathrooms, showers are very clean. So they wouldn't be a problem. And even according to the Taz, you could argue that people are not always undressed. You go to the shower right before you go in, you're dressed and you're undressed and you put a towel on. So it's not only undressed there. So, there are big paiskim that say that our showers, Rav Yosef and Rav Scheinberg and others, that our showers don't have a status of the inner room, rather the middle room, which thinking, learning is permitted. And this question would be further, what about if you have a toilet in the room, in the bathroom? We don't have just a shower, we have also a toilet. What does that become? You can't think of learning, but in a bathroom, there's no shower. But since it's meant not just for a bath toilet, it's also meant for the shower. So a lot of places say it doesn't have a din of a bathroom. Bistakisa, it has a din of a shower. It's not just meant for one thing. So therefore, a lot of places hold the halachah l'maisi, a lot of thinking learning, even when there's a toilet in the room. L'maisa, Rabbi Hafnes, when I spoke to him about this, he wasn't so happy. He wasn't like, the kavod Torah. He felt that if there's a toilet in the room, you shouldn't think and learning. But if you have a glass door, then he was masking. It's totally a hefsek, but just the curtain is not so pashut as a hefsek, and therefore you shouldn't think and learning. But this is also a very negay shayla. And another thing would be singing in the shower. People like to sing in the shower, singing songs in the shower. And the shayla is a lot of songs that have psukim. Was that mutter? You have to make sure you don't sing. So again, there's room to say that maybe it's mutter. You're not singing. I'm gonna ask derech, for Torah. So Zalman sounds like maybe there's makom to mekel. It's not derech shira. It's not derech psukim. It's not for psukim. It's just to say the words. You're not thinking and learning really. So there's a makom to mekel on that also. And then the last shayla about this is also talking about Washing your hands after bathing. People want to know, do you have to wash your hands after you shower? You don't have to wash your hands after you shower. Is it a true thing or not a true thing? So there is, halachah when you go into a bathroom, you go into a bathhouse, it's brought down the Shulchan Aruch, you have to wash your hands when you come out. So the person discusses our bathrooms, our showers, are they considered like times of the Gemara? Is there ruach ra or not ruach ra? So there is a makom to be makel. There's a shaila about, our showers, are they a basic kisei or basic merchas or not? The mice, I think people do wash their hands. It's a person say you don't have to. And also there's another shaila, if you touch yourself, while you're showering, you're touching your whole body. And halachah is in Siman Dal, the end of it, if you touch any makom of your body that's usually covered, you got to wash your hands. So shaila is while you're showering, you're touching yourself. Is that a mechuyev or not a mechuyev? So there are places that say since you're clean while you're showering, and you're going to get clean, the shower's on, so you're already clean. There's no reason if you touch yourself after you shower, during the shower, it shouldn't be a problem. Some say no, light plug. Chazal said you touch yourself, you got to wash yourself. Who cares if you're clean or not clean? So Rabbi Yashiv takes a very interesting sheet. He holds if you shower a few times a week, he holds you never have to wash yourself if you touch any part of your body. I guess unless you're very sweaty. Otherwise, Rabbi Yashiv says you shower a few times, we assume you're clean. Very big chiddush. But at least when you come right when you come out of the shower, Moshe was mekel, others are mekel, and some are machmer. So these are very interesting daily, everyday shilas that come up regarding showering.
Fascinating. So this is again the first part of the Sefer, and what you were speaking out. Some of the makaris, some of the sources we'll get to later. Who exactly you quote, which Svarim, which sources. So the next part that we'll just I guess we'll work through part of the Sefer. We'll mention some others. You talk about showering Tfilas Ezra. I don't know if you want to discuss this so much or not. You could make mention, but another part that the next part, which is very negea, which is also another thing that could come up, is bathing before davening. People have washing the face, showering, washing a baby. You have a couple of things in there. This is another thing that comes up every day. People shower in the morning. This is something that's very important and very relevant.
Right. So even before that, just wash. There's Mishnah Berurah brings that from the Rambam, which is very important. That there's the Rambam brings down that in the morning you should wash your face and your hands and your feet, and then you should go daven. So there's a chiyuv to wash your face. And Mishnah Berurah says your feet you don't have to wash because we don't go barefoot. We're washing your hands anyways because we wash negavas. So the shaila is, what about washing your face? I don't think many people don't go, unless you're showering, which we'll discuss in a second if that's allowed. But if you go to shul without showering, some people wash their face to wake up, but many people don't. And Mishnah Berurah brings from the Rambam, you're supposed to wash your face. It's achana l'tefillah. So it's bothering me a lot. Try to find the room, why we don't do it. What's the basis in halachah? So I thought of an interesting svara, which I spoke to Rav Shmuel Kamenetsky, and he was masking that if somebody showers the night before, let's say, and he's clean, so maybe he doesn't have to, wash your face in the morning again. The whole reason why you're doing it is because to prepare for tefillah, to go in a state that you're clean. How can you have to prepare before davening? But if someone showered the night before and he's not sweating again, then maybe that's enough. So if someone showered the night before, but then he was sweating for some reason, whatever it is, then maybe he would have to wash himself, in the morning again, or if he didn't shower. So it's very negeya shayah that people are not careful about, but this is, very negeya. There's some interesting, someone pointed out, interesting hara that this halachah applies even, let's say, on Shabbos and Yom Tov. So, you can wash yourself with cold water, but a lot of ladies, they're wearing makeup and they don't want to take the makeup off. So once they're heter, they're not getting this halacha in. But again, they showered before Yom Tov, they're still clean, so maybe they're not mechuyev anymore. That's that. So now regarding showering before davening, it's a very interesting shaila. Is it mutter or not? So pashtus should be aser because the Shulchan Aruch says in pay test, that you're not allowed to do, your malachta, your personal, your business before davening. So showering you shouldn't be able to do before davening. You want to shower now because it's the night before you were busy, or you don't want to shower later, you're going to work, whatever it is. You shouldn't be able to shower before davening. And there are many places that say it should be aser and you're not allowed to. Some places say it depends. If you're doing to daven better, it helps you daven, it wakes you up, you feel clean, you can daven, then it's a mitzvah. And the Mishnah Berurah brings down for a mitzvah, you let it do before davening. You let it go shopping for Shabbos food for davening, if you can't do it afterwards. So you can't shower after davening because you want to do for davening, so you should daven better. That would be a heter. But if someone, let's say, says I could daven the same, it's just convenient for me to daven now. So chayr shouldn't be, mutter. But there are paiskim, Moshe Starbach and others want to say that interesting svara that the whole issue to do your malachta is if you get busy doing it, takes time, taking a quick, 2-3 minute shower. Well, I can't say people do that nowadays, but if you're going to do a 2-3 minute shower, then, it could be with soap and you got to, clean yourself. And also there's a svara to say, as Rav Moshe said this and others, that lamaisa, you are clean. You are more clean for davening, even though maybe that's not your intention. I guess you should have it in mind also. But based on the Rambam we discussed before, they're supposed to wash your head before davening, your face. It's supposed to be clean for davening. So if you're at the end of the day, you're clean for davening. Maybe it's a tzad to matter it. So there's a makom to make, but the best thing to do is if say it's some birchas a shacher in the morning. It takes 2 minutes to do, and then you have a Ramah. The Ramah in Peitas says that if someone says Berchas Shacher, there's a big makom to make that you're allowed to do malachta. You already started saying brachas, you already started davening, and you did the brachas first. So there's a tzad to make. Even though the Ramah is a big chiddush, a lot of Achronim argue. Mishnah Berurah does go with it when there's a tzarech. So if you say Berchas Shacher and together you take a quick shower, there's a big makom to be makel. And also, like you mentioned, washing babies. Sometimes the baby wakes up and the baby's all dirty. You let it wash the baby before davening. So, the tzarech of a baby is tzarech chayla shemas hakana. This is the status of a baby, which is tzarech mitzvah. And one's allowed to, do that before davening, like we discussed just before. So we'll be allowed to bathe the kid before davening if he needs the bath. Maybe he'll say, I'll do it when I come back. But, kid get a rash, whatever it is. So you could do it before davening. You don't have to, worry about that. So that'll be mutter for a little kid before davening. The question is that older kids, little older kids. So again, if they need a bath, it's hard for you to do later, then it'll be definitely a mutter now. There's an interesting shaila is if you could do it later, but it's a tzarech mitzvah, is a mutter before davening. So it looks like there's a steer in the Mishnah Berurah about it. 2 different places. The Mishnah Berurah and Reish Nun sounds like, if you could do it afterwards, then you can't do it before. But in Hilchos Peitas, it sounds like, he doesn't say this tonight. It sounds like as long as it's for a mitzvah, you can do it before davening. You can buy tzarech Shabbos before davening. Friday morning, you can do it after davening. So who cares? You can do it now. It's mitzvah, but in Reish Nun, it sounds like you can't do it later. You can't do it now. So we already discussed. I saw that they're more this Mishnah Berurah be telling the shaila. Can I bathe a baby or an older kid that needs a shower, for davening or just the tzarech of a kid? It means that you can't go 2 days without a bath, and you forgot to give it to the night before. Is it mutter or not? So that's interesting. Shaila, and also a very big topic is talking about swimming. People want to go swimming before davening. It's very negay on people go vacationing in the summer, and they don't. The pool is open for the public, so you don't have a chance really to go during the day. A lot of times, it's mixed swimming or whatever it is. So they want to go before davening. So that's the only time no one's going to be there early in the morning. So shaila is you let to go swimming. In the hotel, the same thing. The whole day is mixed swimming or whatever it is. So in the morning, early in the morning, this is open for swimming. So then you could say maybe it's a svara to say that I'm going now to swim because I don't want to go later. I don't want to be nichshel and mixed swimming and seeing things I shouldn't see. So maybe it's tzarech mitzvah. But the shaila is but who told you to go swimming? You don't have to go swimming. So not a tzarech mitzvah. So it's not really a good heter. But we discussed before the Ramah. The Ramah says you said berchas shacher. You let it do your malachta. But again, the Ramah is a very big chiddush. Most places can argue. The Aruch HaShulchan is very, very stark against the Ramah, Lavush, and others. The Aruch HaShulchan Acharav. The Mishnah Berurah brings it down when there's a tzarech, you can be samech on it. Again, that itself is not such a good tzirif to rely on Ma'isa. But there's another tzirif to say that Rosh Zalman has a very interesting chiddush. Rosh Zalman, Orbach writes that if the whole issue to do malachta before davening is if I'm planning to daven now. I'm ready to daven now. It's 7:30 minyan. I woke up 7 o'clock. I'm going to go daven. So you can't do your stuff what you want to take care of before davening. But let's say I'm not davening now. The minyan that I have is 9 o'clock. So right now, davening is not now for me. So he holds that there's no issue to do your malacha before davening if I'm not ready to daven now. It's a very big chiddush. Come on, everyone argues on this. But I did see recently from Rav Dov Feinstein, he said that if you go b'kavana for exercising, that's you have that in mind. So that's also tzarech mitzvah to exercise. Swimming is very good exercise. It's healthy. So have that in mind. Say berchas shacher, have a Shlomo Zalman, and also I saw other places from Ramosha. He wants to say that doing malachta before davening, for example, exercising. Ramosha says that's not considered a malacha. It's a big chiddush. Why not? But the Ramosha and others I saw say that exercising is not malacha, so maybe swimming will be the same. So, if somebody's on vacation, he wants to go swimming, he has no other chance the whole year. And he says berchas shacher, and he davens a later minyan. He's not davening now, and he has old Ramosha and there's some Zalman Svara. So there is a makom, and you have in mind that you're going for to exercise. There's a big makom to swim before davening.
Okay, so another common thing is another chapter in the book is bathing in Erev Shabbos and Erev Yom Tov. So first of all, I'll just read the subheaders, like what's in it, because I want the listeners to get a feel for what it's about. So first you discuss the mitzvah, the inyan b'chlal of the mitzvah. Then you talk about B, washing one's head. C, when to bathe. D, children. E, water temperature. Soap. Yom Tov falls in Erev Shabbos. And a mikvah, Erev Rosh Hashanah, Erev Kippur, and then this one. So just to give people an overview, so maybe some basic points you want to hit on over there about this.
Okay, so bathing before on Erev Shabbos, it's a mitzvah to bathe before Shabbos and Erev Yom Tov, Erev Shabbos, Erev Yom Tov. But the mitzvah applies not just to men, to women also. The ikar halacha is you have to only just wash your face, your hands, and your feet. That's the main halacha. But Lamaisa, it's brought down. The Ramah brings down that you just wash your whole body. So that's basically the mitzvah itself. And also, Mishnah Berurah brings that, and the Shulchan Aruch brings, but you should also wash your head. That's why we all, bathe the whole body, wash the whole body on Erev Shabbos. Now the question is, when do we have to bathe? Does it have to be mamish Erev Shabbos, right before Shabbos? I was always confused about this. People say right before Shabbos is better. What about Thursday night? So Mikar Halacha is on Friday, anytime on Friday is 100% l'chatchila, you're good. Shaila is, what about Thursday night? This question is Thursday night in Halacha is like Friday. It's already Yom Shishi. Is Thursday night considered Friday? So Lamaisa, the person that I saw held that Thursday night does not count. It's Friday morning starts, Mr. Karelitz, and then Nishva Shabbos, Shulchan Sai Dablitsky. Ray Falk wants to say, maybe even Thursday night, he writes the Machzlayo, but the consensus of the person is that only Friday morning. So Friday morning starts, but it is brought down that close to the Shabbos after Chatzos shows that you're really bathing for Shabbos. That's the best time after Chatzos is the best time to shower for Shabbos. And also you're supposed to get, if you could, you get in your Shabbos clothing. That also shows you're getting ready for Shabbos. So really after Chatzos is the best time, but in the morning is also good. There's an interesting chiddush that I thought about, which was bothering me, that people shower Thursday nights, a short Friday in the winter. It's not sweating. You're not going outside too much. Shabbos is 4:30. You just shower Thursday night. So you can tell me I have to go shower again. My whole body, I want to make the mitzvah. Do I don't? So there's a big makam to say Svar that Lamaisa, why are we showering for Shabbos? Because you're supposed to go into Shabbos clean, look up at Shabbos. So someone already showered, Thursday night, and he's clean. So you could say Svar, maybe you're not mechuyev really. Those days it's pretty clear from the Shulchan Aruch they showered once a week. They showered Friday for the once a week. If you just shower Thursday night, you're already clean. Okay, it's a svara, yes or no. So mikar halacha, you'll have to only just wash your hands, your face, and your feet. So if someone showered Thursday night already and he's not sweaty again, it's it's a winter day, it's a short day, you're not sweaty, you're not active. So as long as you wash your head, your face, you don't have to wash your whole head, just your face, your feet, and your hand. Mikar halacha. There, Shmuel Kamenetzi goes with this, and for Shabbos I spoke to him about this. Then there's a big makam, that you could do that. It's very negeya. But again, if someone's sweaty, then you should wash yourself again, your whole body. Now, what about bathing children? It's also you should bathe your children for Shabbos. And the children should be taught also this. Older children, they should wash the same halacha there, at least their head, face, and feet. Again, if you can't, it's hard for you to bathe the kids on Friday. Then again, Thursday night you could do it. Mishnah Berurah says if you can't do Friday, then as close to Shabbos as possible. So again, Thursday night. It's better than Thursday day. So that's that. And an interesting thing that, people don't know is the water temperature. Very interesting halacha. People just shower. What do people do? It's the summer, it's a hot day, you're sweating, you take a nice cool shower. Now, Mishnah Berurah is not so happy about this because the Be'er halacha, has a shiloh. Does the water temperature, could it be paishim? Is it lukewarm? Is that enough or not? So he wants to say that it's totally in the shiloh of Shabbos. On Shabbos, you're allowed to take a cold shower, make halacha, but you're not allowed to take a hot shower. That's usher. So the shaila is what about between? It's not cold, it's not hot, it's warm, lukewarm, warm, whatever. We'll discuss later what exactly warm is, but is that allowed? So Mishnah Berurah, he says that it's totally that shaila. If warm is like hot, then the halach is you're supposed to take a hot shower before Shabbos. Mishnah Berurah brings. So you're not supposed to take a cold shower. So warm. If warm is hot, then warm is good. If warm is not hot, if warm is like cold, then you shouldn't do that. And the Ma'aseh Mishnah Berurah comes out from the pious skim that warm is considered hot. You're supposed to take a hot shower before Shabbos. So the shower should be warm. And paishim is not good to take a paishim shower. Because I'm sorry, Mishabru holds that the paishim is allowed. The Chayadam and Ramosha or Chashukhan say that you let it go into paishim water. Paishim means they discuss that they come out that it has to be warm enough that you're enjoying it. So, which means that it has to be pretty hot. So a lukewarm shower would be allowed in Shabbos. It's like cold. So therefore, on Erev Shabbos, you need a hot shower. So warm is not like hot. So Lamaisa would come out that if you want to be Yaitz the mitzvah, which according to Mishabru holds that it has to be hot, then lukewarm shower will not be enough to be Yaitz mitzvah. So you're taking your lukewarm shower after playing sports or a hot day will not be enough. Okay, so there is Paiskim that say Paishim is good, it is hot. Okay, but Lamaisa, it shouldn't be a cool shower. That's for sure not. So that's a very interesting ha'ara that people don't know.
I would say, I don't know, maybe the listeners disagree with me, but unless you're in camp, I don't know, it takes a cold shower or Shabbos. You always have a warm, hot shower. I don't know, even if it's hot outside. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, but again, it can't be even lukewarm, even like warmish. It should be like enough that you're enjoying the hot shower. It's pretty hot, but the people, I'm asking in camp when you get that cold shower, people, get upset. You're the last one coming into the bunk and you're getting that, late 10 minutes before Shabbos. But, it shouldn't be, it should be comfortable that you're enjoying the hot water. That's how they define it, which is a lot of time people don't do that. It shouldn't be temperature like a pool. It shouldn't be like that. So that's a very interesting halacha that people are not so. And then there's a halacha that people know about going to the mikvah Erev Shabbos. It's a big Inyan, a big mitzvah to go to the mikvah Erev Shabbos. People are very makbid. It's a very big, brought down in the Zayir and the Kisei Arizal that someone should go in. It's brought down in the Chayadim, Kisei Shulchan Aruch, Achar Shulchan. They're all very, pro it to go take a. People don't go, but it's it's a very big mitzvah to do. And like we discussed before, you mentioned before, which is a very interesting ha'ara, that we'll get to it. Bekitzer, the halacha about using a shower for Tfilas Ezra. A lot of the Hasidim are very makbid to go every day. Not every day, but some people go every day. But at least people are makbid to go for Tfilas Ezra. They have to go to the mikvah. They go to the mikvah. And the question is a very interesting shayla is that let's say someone's not makbid to go. Really, he's not the makabel himself to go, but he's in this Indian. It's Indian that he wants the makabel, but he's not pushing himself enough to go to the mikvah every day, or at least Tfilas Ezra. Or people that they do go, but they can't go now. Whatever the shayla is, they're away on vacation. The shayla is a shower. Is a shower enough for Tfilas Ezra? Why would it? What would it work for? Because the Poskim say that as long as you have Tishas Kavin, the amount of water Tishas Kavin over your body, that works for Tfilas Ezra. So the shayla is a shower enough? As long as let's say I have enough water for Tishas Kavin, and just to throw in people, the numbers people throw out 4, 5, 3 minutes. How long the shower should be on it to get Tishas Kavin. So I measured it, and it's very puzzling to share. I measured it a few times. Again, every shower is different. You have to fill up from the shower head, not from the bottom of the bath, because that goes more water at once. From the top, it was just about 1 minute and 20 seconds for Tishas Kavin. Again, I'm not being the most chumar shita because it's only the Rabbanan. We're mavatal mikalach. You don't have to go to Tfilas Ezra, but it's around 1 minute and 20 seconds, 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's what you need. So again, the shayla doesn't work. The Tishas Kavin. So there are those of person that say it doesn't work, like the Chazon Ish holds that each hole of the shower he holds is another kli, and we know you can't have more than 3 kalim. So he holds you have a lot of kalim, it doesn't work. Some want to say that it's mechuber, it's not a kli. Some want to say ni koyach gavra, and opening the shower is not a koyach gavra based on the Mishabur and Hilchot Tisadayim. So they're all places that are very machmer. Rabbi Yashiv, Chazon Ish, Mishnah Halachos is very machmer, a lot of chuvas, but the most places can hold that it does work. And again, you have to know how to stand. You're supposed to put your hands to your side. You have to go. The water has to touch your head first. You can't just take a regular shower. The water has to go on your head first. Reb Chaim Kanievsky says, and then the rest of your body. So as long as you're standing with your hands to the side or on your chest, there are a lot of places where it works. So the shayla does it work for Erev Shabbos? That's a very interesting shayla. Going to the mikveh for Erev Shabbos to get the Tosefes Kedusha for Shabbos, will a shower work? It works for Tfilas Ezra. Most places hold. Does it work for Tosefes Kedusha? That is not so posh that it does work, but Rabbi Hafner and Shabbos discusses it, others discuss it, and is it sad that it does work? So again, showering anyways in Erev Shabbos, it's again besides the halachah, it's a shower before Shabbos, and Erev Shabbos is the best time. There could be a big sad that it does work. Again, if you do it the right way, where you stand, and the amount of water, there could be a sad that it does help with the Tosefes Kedusha. So it's an interesting note that people, even though someone does not makbid to go on Erev Shabbos, but there's a big inyan, it's a big mitzvah, so maybe it could work, the showering for the Erev Shabbos going to the mikvah.
Okay, so now I want to jump ahead a couple. We buried the lead long enough. We have to get to
Yeah.
Yom Tov. So, but I'll just mention what chapters 5, 6, and 7 are before we get to chapter 8, which is Yom Tov. Everyone I'm sure wants to hear. So you have a chapter on avoiding malacha while bathing on Shabbos and Yom Tov, bathing on Shabbos, and then you have using a mikvah on Shabbos and Yom Tov, which is very negel. Like Hasidim, which are many Hasidic listeners and others that do people use mikvah on Shabbos. It's very negel and Yom Tov. So, but. Let's go to the part that I'm sure many people want to hear, which is about bathing on Yom Tov. And you already mentioned in the beginning, can I not? How can I do it? What's the halachah? This, I'm sure, is what you probably, I assume you could, people, when they see this, they saw you're in your Sefer, this is what they want to know about, right? This is always what everyone, I'm assuming, I'm going to make a safe assumption that this is like the number one question on the Indian.
Yeah, definitely the most pages on this and the most maluyim on this. Yeah. So basically, there's machlokes in the Rishonim about are you allowed to take a full shower on Yom Tov or not, a hot shower. So the Taisvis and his camp hold that heating up water for your whole body is also the Raisa. Why? Because in order to heat up water, it has to be a need that it's chol nefesh, shavel chol nefesh, and everyone needs it. And Taisvis spells out that showering was not, a need that was shavel chol nefesh. It was only for the funakim people, and therefore, if you're going to do a malacha by making a fire to heat up water, or putting on a shower, let's say, and that's also interesting. People don't know that pashas, there's a big shayla in the paiskim, which is very negay for showering on Yom Tov is opening the faucet, even to wash your hands. If it wouldn't be for Yom Tov, stop opening the faucet out of the rice, like heating up water on a fire. Because when the Metzias is when you take out the hot water, cold water replaces that hot water. That's just the Metzias. Automatically, cold water comes in right when you open the hot water, and that cold water is getting cooked up from the hot water that's already in the tank. And if it's not enough hot water to heat it up, you're going to cause the thermostat to go on. So is that a deraisa or not? So, or maybe there's a svar in the place, maybe it's only a grama. I'm only causing it to get cooked up. I'm not doing it biyadayim. There's a big talk in the paiskim. Just to mention in DB Omer, Bavad Yosef's biggest tshuva he ever wrote in Chelik Dal, he has a tshuva about this. I think someone said that he has over 500 marmakomis on this shaila. Lamaisa, Ramoshe, Yashiv, Shlomo Zalman, they held it was not a grama. Maybe it's a psikration, which also the Raisa. Some hold it's a ma'aseh b'yadayim. Even Rabbi Belsk said he heard from Moshe. Moshe writes that's out in Nigros Moshe. Lamaisa, most places want to say that it's a deraisa. Again, maybe it's a grama, so there's a big tzir. But Lamaisa, let's say that it's deraisa, Ramoshe, Shlomo and Yashiv and other big paiskim. So when you're putting in hot water, it's a big shayla that it's a deraisa. And according to Taisus, it would be a deraisa because again, it's not a shavuot nefesh to heat up water for your whole body. It's only for nakim. And in order to heat up water, for example, to wash your face, your hands, and your feet, that's mutter because that's people did often, and that's shavuot nefesh. That you're allowed to do. If your whole body, Taisus, that's not shavuot nefesh. Will be also deraisa. Now, however, the Rambam argues. The Pashas learn the Rambam like this. I have the whole discussion, but the Pashas, the Rambam, the Rif, other Rishonim hold that no, it's interesting, but the Ramban says in the Furish and other Rishonim that no, he argues on Taisus. Taisus is shver. It is shavuot nefesh. It sounds like it's a malchokes in the Metzias. It is shavuot nefesh to heat up water for your whole body. People did shower often and bathe often, so it is mutter to heat up water for your whole body. It's not a deraisa. The shaila is the Rabbanan take a shaila. They call it gzeres mechatzois. It's the Rabbanan that when Chazal from the Gemara in Shabbos and Daf Mem Aleph over there, Mem, that it's clear that Chazal asked you to shower on Shabbos. Why can't you shower on Shabbos with hot water that was heated up before Shabbos? Is because we're concerned, based on the Gemara, the Balonim, the bath attendants, they heat up the water on Shabbos, Be'isr. They said it did it before Shabbos. So Chazal said you're not allowed to use hot water on Shabbos, no matter how it heated up, even before Shabbos. So to strengthen the Gzeira, the Chazal was Geyser on Yom Tov and Shabbos together. So it's like Gzeir Merchatzois, even though Yom Tov you're allowed to heat up water, Midaraisa, but this is the Rabbanan and you're not allowed to heat up water. So it's a machlokes Yishanim. To put it this way, is it also the Raisa to heat up water for your whole body? And let's say putting on the shower and the hot water, it's also the Raisa, or also the Rabbanan. So by Pashtus, we don't have to take a shower on Yom Tov because either you have Taisus as the Raisa or the Rambam is the Rabbanan. So just now, there's no have to in the world to heat up water. So now, Someone's going to come along and say, yeah, but nowadays we shower so often. We shower every single day. People shower at least a few times a week. In those days, they didn't shower so often. Many people, they heard from the grandparents. I heard from my grandmother. We shower once a week. That's what we showered. And people even remember the old, in camp, people, they had the bathhouses. I think in Camp Aguda, the old days, they had bath houses. It was once a week. That's where they didn't have a private, your own shower in your house. Now we are so spoiled. We have a few showers in every house. So we shower so often. You could say that is shavach nefesh. So Lamaisa, it's not so pashut. There are those that want to say from the Gemara is clear that it's not shavach nefesh. They want to bring a raya. Pnei Yeshua, the Beis Meir, want to bring a raya from the Gemara. That's not shavach nefesh. Lamaisa, the raya is very shver. Rashi is before not like that b'pashtus. There's someone to knock it off. But Lamaisa, the heintika paisim, Rabbi Yashiv and many others, missing a lot of other paisim. The Ber Moshe, Shlomo Miller, just to give you names. Rebelski's lashon was, in order for you to change the halachah, all the rabbanim have to come together and change the halachah in the Shulchan Aruch. You can't come along one rav and say, nah, nowadays shavach nefesh, you'll take a shower. And there's no such thing. A lot of places are very stark that there's no heter in the world. But the Meiser, Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, is quoted in the Shulchan Shleima. There is a video which I saw. He says clearly that it is shavach nefesh nowadays to shower. Other poskim, it's Al Chachma has a tshuva. He says clearly. Herschel Schachter says clearly shavach nefesh. Others, Ramosha's grandson told me Ramosha held shavach nefesh in America's shower. So there are those that say that it's shavach nefesh. And they'll say not. But the problem is that even if it is shavach nefesh, it's not going to really help us because we just discussed the Rambam holds the shavach nefesh. The Ramban holds the shavach nefesh. And still you're not allowed to shower because it's a gzeir d'Rabbanan. So like Shlomo Miller pointed out already, even if it is shavach nefesh, and other pointed out, who cares? It's also the Rabbanan, you're not allowed to shower. So there shouldn't be a makom to be mako. To take a hot shower. That's the pashtus. Now you could dray along and say interesting svaris from here to tomorrow that all the water in the boiler are heated up before Yom Tov, which it is. When Yom Tov started, all the water was heated up before Yom Tov. And you can say a svar that all the water coming in a Yom Tov are all bottle in the water and has a status kama bottle. And there are places that talk about it. There's chuvas about it. And some do say that you do say kama bottle. Ayesh matirin, davish matirin. They talk about it. Lamaisa. They want to say it is darishmat, that it is bottle, but there's a chuvas from Moshe clearly not like that, and Rabbi Kiva is not like that. So this heter and this other heterim are not so clear cut. At the end of the day, I couldn't find in print the Maisa, anybody, any Rav who's coming along, pashtas, they want to say and take the audacity that you could shower an hour a day in a hot shower. The Maisa, the Shulchan Aruch does not let, and to come along and say you could, the pashtas not mutter. Now, how can you shower then? The guy needs a shower. He's in istanis. He's sweating. It's a 3 day Yom Tov. It's a Chastayra. It's Shvuas. I want to shower. What do I do? So if someone's not so makbid, take a cold shower. Even though Ashkenazim have a minig that we don't shower on Shabbos Yom Tov cold. It's brought down the Mishnah Berurah. The Sfardim don't have this minig, but the Ashkenazim have a minig. But Ramosha has a tshuva about it, and others say that Makom Tzarech. Ramosha has his lashon. Makom Tzarech. It's mutter. It's only a minig. It's a minig b'tois. You could take a shower only in the river, or a bath is not allowed, but a shower is allowed. Or Moshe has his svaris. Others say based on Rabbi Kiva, whatever it is, most places can let. Many places can let take a cold shower. So if someone doesn't care, take a cold shower. Now the problem is taking a cold shower that if you have one handle faucet, even if you go all the way to the cold, sometimes a little hot water goes in. You have to test it before Shabbos, Yom Tov. Well, Yom Tov is not so pashut. Or just don't take a full shower. What you could do is you can wash your hands, face, and feet. And not only that, the Mishabur and the Be'er Halacha brings a lot of poskim, and the Rishonim like that clearly. They let it wash up to half your body. So if someone doesn't really need a full shower, you can wash any part of your body as long as not more than half. So wash half of your body. And not only that, there are those poskim who want to say a b'chiddush that the pashas, if let's say someone showered, Yom Tov night, half of his body, can Yom Tov morning or Yom Tov afternoon, you shower the rest of your body, the other half. Is that like you showered your whole body? Or no, I did half now. It was a 10-hour half sick. Can I do it now? It's an interesting shaila. A lot of places want to say you could do that. Interesting, Ramesh is quoted from a writer and Falkel like this and others that no, as long as you knew mitchila that you're going to shower your whole body, even if it's a 20-hour break, you cannot do it. If you didn't have in mind that and you changed later, then you could do it. However, others, or Shulchan he held like that, he told me, and Rabbi Hafez, others held, no, as long as it was a half second, and as long as you even dried yourself, they hold, is enough. So they hold that you could take a full hot shower is not so bad. Is take only half of your body, make sure, dry that half, and do the other half. Not so bad. Is it convenient? No, but if you want a hot shower, that's one way to do it. Does everyone agree? No, but there are other tzufim, so there's a big makom to make do that. Another interesting way to shower, but a big talk in the place is taking a lukewarm shower, a warm shower. Now, what's the basis for that? So that's a very big hot topic, because basically there's a base mayor. The base mayor says that if a lady has to go to the mikvah on Yom Tov, so she has a cold mikvah. So this mayor says that if she's going to go into the cold mikvah, anybody who's going to the mikvah, it's not it's shovel chonefesh to heat up the mikvah, because anybody in this matziv would want the hot water. Take a regular hot shower. People don't need it. People don't have interest in take a hot shower. It's not shovel chonefesh. Again, we discussed that before. But if someone has to go into the water, he has to go into the water. A lady has to go into the mikvah. So Zakta Beis Meir, Zakta Neidu Huda, and others, that in this matziv, everybody wants the hot water. I can't take it. It's too cold. I'm gonna be in mitzar. So they say that it's shovel chonefesh to heat up the water. So maybe you could say, it's okay. So if I need a shower on Yom Tov and I have a heter because I'm mitzar, like based on Ramosh and others, again, stop taking a cold shower. We're not letting. But if someone has a heter because he's mitzar, he's sweaty, he's uncomfortable, so maybe you could say, I take a cold shower. I'll be mitzar. I can't take a cold shower. So maybe you could warm up the water. So now, even if you're right and you can warm up the water, but it can't be hot, because again, we're back to all the problem of the Rambam. Rambam holds that she could be shovel chonefesh, but you're not allowed to go into the hot water because of the gzeres merchatzos. So the water is not allowed to be hot, even if you want to go with the base mayor. And people say that no, the base mayor only let if a lady has to go into the mikvah. You don't have to take a shower. You want to take a shower. Or no, I need a shower. I'm sweaty. It's I can't go to sleep. I spoke to people. They said, someone called me and said, I cannot sleep without a shower. So maybe there's, and the pashas from the base mayor, it's clear that you don't have to have to go into the water. As long as there's a heter to go into the water, you can heat up the water. And the Maisa, there are poskim that do let take a lukewarm shower. Again, the gather is that they put it down. As long as it's not hot, that you're enjoying a comfortable hot shower. It's very hard to put down the Maisa, what the degrees are, the temperature. As long as it's not your hot, you schmack a shower. It could be warm, or you want to call lukewarm. As long as you're not enjoying a hot shower, it could be comfortable. So the person say that say that's mutter. But again, it's not 100% clear. So the best thing to do is either, like Shmuel Kamenetsky told me, and he was masking to look over the psakim. That's how he passed on the Maisa. Looked it over, that to wash your body, half of your body at a time. And as long as you're not washing most of your body at a time, he calls it, you want to call aver, limit at a time, half your body at a time. The water shouldn't be going under the water. They're washing more than half your body. And then as long as you do, then you can stay in. Do half your body, the other half your body, as long as it's warm, not hot. Or put the water on. Someone else in your family should put the water on for themselves to wash their head, their feet, their hands. And once the water is on, then leave it on. And then once it's on, going into lukewarm water is not a problem at all. According to many poskim, Ramosher, Mishabura from the Chayodim, and many others. So again, these are just makom tzarich. Someone shouldn't just go and take do these eights because why not? I want to shower. But if someone's uncomfortable, there is a big makom to do that. And Stamazai, just to end off this Yom Tov Shaila about another big topic is about if someone's washing their hands or the face. Let's just say I don't want to get into the Shaila. I want to go with the Shulchan Aruch. I want to wash my head, hands, and feet, or up to half of my body, which is mutter. According to Mishabura, it sounds like he's makel, or the Rishonim come out first like that. So I'll wash half of my body. I don't want to do any of these eitzes. I'm scared. I want to just do half of my body. So the shaila is, the Mishabura talks about using, you're not allowed to go into a base of merchatz. So the shaila is, you're allowed to wash your hands, from the sink, you could do that. The shaila is, you're not allowed to go into the base of merchatz. Mishabura brings out, you're not allowed to wash your head in the base of merchatz. So the shaila is, our showers and bathtubs, is it like the base of merchatz or not? What's the tzad? Yeah, why not? It's the base of merchatz, or no? Some say that the base of merchatz was the base of merchatz b'makom rabbim. I know it was a public bathhouse, and that's where the balanim did their isser, and that's where Chazal said you can't bathe there. But our private bathrooms, the bathhouses, our showers were not included. It's a big shy on the poskim. So there is a big makom to be makel. There are those poskim that are makel. The best thing to do is, like Rosh Miller writes, that you should shower in an unnormal way, unusual manner, which either leaving a garment on. Again, that's a big shy also, because you could come to the isurim, schita, and others. So a rubber glove, that was my idea, is a very simple eitzah, or to fill up a bucket and then pour the water on yourself Any unnormal way to shower, that would get out of the problem. But again, if someone wants to be makel, again, this is all I'm talking about hot. If it's lukewarm or warm, there's no shaila, only hot. So that's also another very interesting negaya shaila on Yom Tov. And then also children, that's very, very negaya. Bathing children. How do we, you let a bathe a child or not? So just halach l'maisa, what came out was that the simplest eitzah to do is because basically if you whatever you bathe the kid, let's say you normally bathe the kid every other day, which I think many people do in the summer every day. So the kid is allowed to go into hot water. Chazal didn't aser going in hot water by a kid. Adult Chazal aser for a kid. Chazal didn't aser bathing a kid in hot water. So that'll be fine. Again, if you bathe them every day, every other day. So if you bathe the kid every Yom Tov, and then now it's the second day of Yom Tov, you're allowed to bathe the kid in hot water. The only shaila is you're not allowed to put on the water, because putting on the water, you're making a fire, which again is not shavach nefesh, according to these Rishonim. Now you could time nowadays, it is shavach nefesh, that goes to the other shaila. But again, the simple eitzah to do, which I saw Ramosha Feinstein already said this eitzah, wrote down the Moshe Moshe, Debatina Rav already said this eitzah, is put the water on for yourself to wash your hands, face, feet, half your body, whatever it is. Put the water on for yourself, the hot water, and then just leave the water on. Once it's on beheter, and then you let it use the water. So it's like, it sounds like a rama, but you're doing a beheter. You're using the water, and you're enjoying the water for yourself. And then once it's on, you could use the water. Again, we didn't discuss about how you let her, using shampoo and these shilas and using a towel, but these are other shilas that come up. But this is the basic Yom Tov shilas, the svaras to be makel, how to shower, and is it mutter or not.
Just to clarify there, you mentioned you didn't discuss the towel and shampoo. All that is discussed in the Sefer?
Yeah, all that discussed. Yeah, just to discuss very briefly. So soap, using soap, it's just basically what type of soap. Ramosha has a chumrah, it has to be very liquidy. Most places will argue Ramosha. It doesn't have to be liquidy as long as it's not thick. So the gather is as long as you would pour it on a flat surface, a table, a plate, and it would it wouldn't stay in the same place. Some shampoos I saw are very, very thick. It would mamish like, especially in the winter, it gets like congealed. It won't go to the sides. It wouldn't, then that's the problem of marich, and you will not be able to use that soap on Shabbos, on shampoo. Again, obviously a bar soap was not allowed for marich, but even a liquid soap, if it's that thick, you can't use it. But otherwise it'd be mutter. And the shaila would be how do you put it in your hair? You put shampoo in your hair, you're doing schita, you're squeezing out. You're definitely it's a psikresha. It's that you're going to get some hair soap, some water squeezed out from your hair. And we know even by hair, it's a shaila is a schita. The rabbanan fall upon him. So the best thing to do, get it out of all shilas. It's not so convenient, but to fill up a bowl, a cup, a big bucket, mix around soap, make it very soapy, and then pour it over your hair. And let the water rinse it out. That's the best to get all shilas. That's kamat. No reason why you can't do that. There is a big market to be makel, even to put the soap, the shampoo in, because you're not mechaving to do the schita. It's only the rabbanon, and the water is going liibur. You're not using the water that's coming out. And there's two rabbanon, so the rabbanon, two rabbanon, refalk, and she was Moshe. There's a whole shaila about that. But again, I discussed in the Sefer that's if that's allowed or not allowed. But the best eitzah is do what I said before, and then again coming out of the shower. Ladies are very, when they come out of the shower, they squeeze their hair. That's obviously aser. What about drying yourself with the towel? So that's also, a big shaila. The best thing to do is, lightly tap the towel on your hair. That's the best thing to do. Shlomo Zalman wants to say it's mutter to dry yourself in the normal matter. He has a lot of tzuruf and why. Okay, it's also shaila, but that's those are the big shailas about showering. Using soap and shampoo and towels and schita.
Now, we've discussed a lot from the Sefer, of course, and there's a lot more there. But so just to give kind of we discussed examples, but to explain to the listeners a little bit, what is in the body of the text and what's in like the footnotes? You keep mentioning here, Shlomo Zalman this, and Moshe this, and Refalke. What's in the top and what goes in the bottom? Just as like an example of something.
Yeah, so just a little background. A lot of svarim that I've seen, you have extra stuff that not to write, too much arichis, too much what to put in, not to put in. And Baruch Hashem, over the years, I think I try to master this. I've been, very close with Rabbi Harfanis, learning his svarim. Like I mentioned, I learned with him 2 years, helped him write his sefer. He's a very, very good at, writing what's important, what's not important. What do you write in the English, the top? What do you need to write? What's for the footnotes? What's for the, the more lumdish crowd, for the more the not so important. So after a long time, I realized what I should write and what I shouldn't write. So basically, what I write on the top in the sefer is what's very important to know the background. You don't have to really read any of the footnotes to get the halach lamaisa with all the background, the Shulchan Aruch, and all the paiskim. I'm quoting all on top, everything. Footnote is maybe more paiskim, where the marmakim is, more paiskim, other paiskim that argue, what to don in the paiskim, do we agree, not agree, it's interesting ha'aras. That's, left for the footnotes. And then in the back, I have Meluyim, things that you can't discuss, and it's going to be too much for the footnotes. Like just what the town, like we discussed before, is lukewarm considered hot or not hot? That's I have like 10 pages just on that. It's a big shaila. Is the water coming into the boiler bottle, not bottle? These shailas that so those you say for the back, those are people that are going to try to hack you up, and why you get it, why do you come out like that? Why do you go with those questions? So those we say for the back. Those are for the the Moyherod, Hamid Chachamim. The English is for Stam. You want to know halach lamaisa, and also what I did is in each section I bolded what the halach lamaisa is without explaining why. Yes, why it came out like that. Just halach lamaisa is a mutter, not mutter, and what you should do. So if someone wants a quick halach lamaisa, what to do, a lady, she doesn't want to start reading, I don't care or people, I don't care how you got it. I want to know what to do. Am I allowed to shower, not allowed to shower? Tell me how to do it. So it's bolded, what to do. And then you want to say, hey, where'd I get it from? Read it. Why? What about that marmakim? Footnotes. So I try to very organize a quick read for Baal Batim, for ladies, for anybody, for Lamdanim, for Moihira, for Rabbanim. That's how I try to, arrange the Sefer.
Okay, so the last couple chapters I'll lump together here, and I'll let you talk about what you want. We cannot we can't go through all of it. So you have bathing on fast days. That's one chapter. Bathing on during the 9 days is another chapter. Bathing on Tisha B'Av is another chapter. And then you have bathing on Yom Kippur is another one. So we're kind of throwing it all together in the blender and giving it to you to discuss. You mention what you want to pick out from there. We could just mention some nekudas. Just highlight from the Sefer.
Okay, I'll maybe discuss some interesting shilas that people are not familiar with. Showering and bathing on a fast day. That's a very interesting one. People don't even know that there's a shaila about it. Lamaisa, the Mishnah Berurah brings down the Sharatzian that we're noig not to shower. I was discussing with somebody, and he said, "Yeah, but Lamaisa we do shower." Yeah, but Lamaisa people don't know the halacha. It's not a raya. When people do it, it's brought down the Mishnah Berurah and many paiskim. Lamaisa Ashkenazim again, Svardim do, they're allowed to, but Ashkenazim do not shower on a fast day. Now the question is every shower asur or only a hot shower? So Lamaisa, the Mishnah Berurah brings down that only a hot shower is not allowed. A cold shower is permitted. Now the question is again, what is cold? What is hot? So regarding the the fast days, you could be makel that as long as it's not very very hot. It's not now even a regular again. That's by Shabbos and Yom Tov, but by fast days and by Velis, even warm, the Paisim say it's a problem because fast days and which got to do on a Velis. The fast again, we're talking about fast days for an Velis like Shavas V'Tamis, Sour Tevis, not Sam Gedalia. Sam Gedalia has nothing to do. I'm sorry, Sam Gedalia, not Tanis Esther. That has nothing to do with fasting on Avelis. But the other fasts, you got to do Avelis. The reason why you can't shower hot water has nothing to do with the balonim I've discussed before. It's got to do with that you're enjoying yourself. It's tanug. So the place want to say even hot, lukewarm, warm, again whatever they want to call it, is going to be a problem. But regarding the fast day itself, there's more makom to be makel because this is only a minig ba'alma the shur brings down. It's a lot of places where are makel. So there, as long as it's not like Shabbos, it's a geschmacka shower, then the you could be makel, pashtus. That's regarding that. Again, you should enjoy it, but it could be lukewarm. So that shouldn't be done. And now swimming. What about swimming? You like to take a cold shower on a fast day, so can I go swimming? So the pashtus, you could go swimming. Why not? But some Sefer I want to say you shouldn't go. But the rabbim swimming is not the atmosphere of a fast day to be swimming the rabbim. But that's interesting on that. And again, the famous showers we have on Tisha B'Av on 9 days. Is the shower mutter, not mutter? People think you got to take showers 9 days. People think you're not allowed to. I know people that don't shower the whole 9 days, and I know people that take a regular hot shower. What is the halachah l'maisa? So, but pashtus is very interesting. After writing the Sefer, what I came out is that in some ways Yom Tov is even more makel than the 9 days, because again, if you get out of the problem of putting on the hot water, let's say you get out of that because of shavul nefesh or someone put the hot water on. So going into the water, as long as it's not hot, is no problem. according to many places. But again, like we just discussed, on Avelis, the 9 days, you're not going to go in hot water. So by taking a hot shower, again, there's no malacha, obviously, but that's a very big problem. So there are those places that's many places say lamaisa. If someone's sweaty, has a hard time not showering, and you could shower. It shouldn't be hot. Shouldn't even be warm. It should be, it's hard to define exactly, but it should be bearable. Sure, you don't have to be cold, suffering, but it should be bearable, lukewarm. You want to call it, not comfortable. You could take a quick shower. It should be a quick shower that could be done. You could use soap. That's very important 9-day halacha. I guess we can skip to showering on Tisha B'Av is also how washing yourself is a very interesting shilas. How much you allowed to wash yourself? When you allowed to wash yourself? These are very negay shilas coming out of the bathroom. There's some shilas discuss about negavaser. People wash 4 times every morning. The night too. Are you allowed to wash 4 times? Only 3 times. After using the bathroom, people wash 3 times also, even though it's nikalach, you don't have to. Are you allowed to? Not allowed to. Using deodorant, that's a big hot topic. You use deodorant on Tisha B'Av. Is that mutter or not? So lemaisa, you can use deodorant because many places, it's even if it's sicha is mutter on Tisha B'Av to remove sweat, mutter to prevent sweating. That's Yom Tov. It's part of the Yom Tov shilas. Again, there's many more. Someone has to eat, does he wash before? Does he wash from Mechroinim? And again, these same shilas come up on Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is a little more, strict. You have to know exactly, how strict it is. Again, using deodorant would be even much more chamer Yom Kippur because sikh is aser. So again, these are basically the shilas that I talk about. And it's just an overview of the kids of those last few chapters.
Okay, we already mentioned the Milum. So it's an overview of the Sefer. Obviously, we got there's a lot more, and you have a lot going on here. A lot more, other shilas that we didn't get to, like 9 days. I see you have something about Balei Simcha. You have something about there's a lot of little inyanim besides for basic overview, basic halachos that are discussed here. Right, I'll mention the actual English part. Bulk of the Sefer is over 200 pages, and then there's Miluim. That's another. I'm just looking over another 50 pages or so. So what would you say the main sources are, the main sources that you relied on, that you quote?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I don't really have a main sefer. Again, every subject that I'm learning is, again, different farm on it. I don't like quoting, I don't like relying on Lamaisa, on, quoting Rabbanim, Pishmua, go with that Halachah because again, one day he'll say this, say that. I like more Svarim for Halachah Maisa that Mechaber himself wrote the big time. Like, for example, in Rebbe Harfin Nishra Shabbos or his Svarim Mekat Yisrael. I definitely use a lot on all these topics. He has a lot, and he wrote it himself. He went through the sugyas, so it was more Mepishmur than, for example, like, according to Rabbi Yashiv, who said Rabbi Yashiv really said it, or even like the Chut Shani, again, it's a Shurim, but like, he didn't write it himself. So again, I like using those, like the Rabbi Karp, his Svarim on Hilchos, Shabbos b'Shabbos, Chag b'Chag, Hilchos Yom b'Yom. His Svarim are very, very, I like his Svarim a lot. He goes through the sugyas very, very well. He's always on the ball. Again, a classic Svarim, whatever I can get my hands on, I look at basically. I like to hear Svaras back and forth. That's the general Svarim that I use. And again, I got like learning the sugyas out myself. Sometimes I start backwards, sometimes I start forward, from the Gemara. Sometimes I like to see what they say and then work backwards, where they're coming from, look up the sources and say, it's not so pasha, why are they saying that? But I like to see everything inside, where they're coming from, check all the Maimonides up, because if you don't check everything inside, you make mistakes. And if you check everything inside, you see the Makar and you get a sugya much clearer, much better. And, and that's why a lot of Maimonides, if you look at the Maimonides, you see, why I quoted this, why I quoted that. And sometimes like I just quoted, just me pishmua. I just quoted, people want to look it up, but it's not going to really make a difference because it's just me pishmua. They don't understand it. But I like to quote everything just because people like to see everything. So I like to be for all camps basically.
Okay, one last main thing I want to ask you about is the haskamos. You have a number of haskamos over here. I don't know if you have any mention what particular shaykhs these Rabbanim are and how you got these haskamos.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's okay. So let's first discuss Rabbi Harfin. I've known him the longest, almost 10 years. It's a big paisik, big rav, tons of svarim. I one day saw a sefer, I started reading it. I liked it. I went over to him, and then he liked me. And since then, I call him often. I have a lot of shaykhs with him. Actually, I even helped him with his farm, a little farm of his farm. On Chalamoid, I helped him a lot. I reviewed his whole Sefer. He quotes me throughout the Sefer on Chalamoid, Kash Yisrael. I wrote him, made him a mafteach, and I'm very close to him. So every Sefer I put out, I get a haskama from him. He gives me a nice, long, warm haskama. I use all this for him, and he even made a joke with me because for this Sefer on the showering, on bathing in Halachah, I asked him to review the Sefer, and he did me a big taiva, and he doesn't really do this for anybody, but he reviewed the whole Sefer, and he wrote it in the haskama. They reviewed the Sefer, and he made a joke with me because I quote every single sock of his, everything. He made a joke with me that I know his farm better than he does because Lamaisa, I quote every single sock. I don't know if he remembered. So I got him. I always get haskama from him. He gave me a nice warm haskama. Sakabunim Cohen, he reviewed the Sefer also, like he did the other Sefer on halachos of package, opening packages. On Shabbos, he reviewed the Sefer. I know him for many years. Again, I helped him with his Sefer on morning. I know him for many years. He also always gives me haskama. So I got it from him also. I've got this Sefer from Herschel Schechter. Interesting, I got it. I just randomly sent him the Sefer, and he looked at it, and he wrote me a nice haskama. Also, Shlomo Miller, I got from him. I have shaykhs with him because his daughter lives mamish right behind me, and he used to come, he hasn't been in Lakewood in a while since COVID, but before that he's come quite often every few months, and I used to drive him to shul and back a lot of times. I used to make sure I'm the first one to get him to drive him home and back, discuss all the shaykhs that I'm dealing with. And the Maisa, he gave me haskama. He doesn't like giving haskamas, he told me, because it doesn't mean anything if everyone gets haskama. But he saw I was serious and I was hacking him up. So the Maisa, he gave me a nice haskama. He gave me haskama. I have from Rabbi Falk. Interesting connection with him. When I wrote my Sefer on Achana, so he obviously wrote in his Machslayo, the first volume, a nice kuntras. And when I was doing Achana, I called him up a lot and I hacked him up. And I asked him if he gave me haskama the last time I spoke to him. And he told me he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't really do it. It takes too much time. And everyone asks him, he has a whole list already. He has to do it. I can't do it for you. I didn't really have so much shy because I just called him, that year, maybe 20 times. And I told him, it would really mean a lot to me if the Rav gave me haskama. And I bribed him because I told him, if the Rav doesn't give me haskama, how's people going to know that I'm quoting the Rav throughout the Sefer? It's real. The Rav doesn't give me haskama. I guess I hit him too hard. He's like, I'll see what I could do. He said, I have other people first. I have to write. I woke up the next morning and I had an email from his son. He wrote me a beautiful haskama. So that was very interesting from him. And yeah, I have others from other Svarim, but that's the, the main for the Sefer, those haskamas and those Rabbanim. And again, I have shaykhs with other Rabbanim I keep up with, Rabbi Sechabunim Cohen I keep up with him, Rabbi Shmuel Kamenetsky I have a skam from also. I got a lot of psakim from him. Actually, when I was writing the Sefer on Achana, I called him up nonstop. I thought I was bothering him for months, almost every other night, late at night and during the day in yeshiva. I asked him for shilas, but I didn't want to just stop quote him. I wanted him to review this, psakim, make sure I'm quoting him right. And I spoke to Rabbi Kleiman, the Baal Klevis Halachos. How do I get him? So he told me, you have to go to him by a chasana, show him you're interested, show me other Sefer, ask him to review it. So on my side did that, and it worked. And then when he saw how many psakim I quoted him, he was like a little nervous. I quoted it, I think it was like 40-something psakim, it was a few pages. He didn't, I combined it maybe like in 2 pages, but he saw how many. He thought it was like 10 or whatever, like 45. But Lamaisa, he reviewed it, and he wrote me, a skama that he reviewed all the psakim. And for this Sefer on showering and halachah, I did this, the showering and halachah, I did the same thing. I didn't quote him that much, but a few big psakim that I asked him, and I asked Rabbi Kleiman, the Baal Klevis Halachos, to review with him, and he did, and they asked for Shmuel himself to review it also. He reviewed it, and he wrote in that skam, he reviewed it. So I got from Shmuel, I keep up with him, I call him a lot, and other Rabbanim in Lakewood, Moshe Chaim Khan, he's a Rav here in Williamsburg, on William Street, and Lakewood, and his Chavrusa, Rav Yitzchak Reichman, who he's my Hiran, the base Hiran Lakewood. I sit with him twice a week. I have Shemesh by him. I talk to him almost every single day on the phone, and I speak to him, on every single shayla, every halacha thing, everything in the Sefer. I spoke with him on all the Svarim. He's mamish, a big guy, a big Eloi. He's holding everywhere. It's very smart. It's very, thinks they're, Svar and everything. They're Hishara. So I keep up with them, and so I just have my Rabbanim that I keep up with, and that's, that's comes from, and that's how I get Lamaisa. I'm not writing anything myself. Just looking at Svarim, I discuss it with Rabbanim, other Svarim, and then I discuss it after other Svarim. After I see everything, I discuss it with other Rabbanim and get Lamaisa, and get other Rabbanim to review it on top of that. So, it's a big checklist on a checklist on a checklist. So.
Okay, very good. And so the Sefer, like your others from Mechon Zayis or Shimon Shimano, so Mechon Zayis did the work, and Israel Bookshop distributes this and the package as well, right?
Right. So Ali Zayis published it. They did also, the from beginning to end, everything, printed it, everything, and then Israel Bookshop they distributed it, and they did the opening packages, the opening packages, and this one. And it's in all the stores, local stores. You could even buy it online. I don't know who put it online. I guess the Svarm, it's on Amazon, whatever. I guess the Svarm stores, they put it on, and you could get it from there or your local Svarm store. They all have it.
Perfect. And I'll put a link in the show's notes. Like I said, it's available locally, but I'll put a link in the show's notes that anyone interested can purchase it. And so thank you very much for coming on to discuss.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. It was very enjoyable.